Just scrolled into the Wide Open Wednesday live broadcast. That's right. Yours truly, Nitro Nick Leeds and American's mechanic Fred Fletcher. We're going to go over all the local racing, and we're going to have some special guests along the way. Could be drivers, could be some of the great people that we have in our racing community, or it could be you. You never know. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for being a part of Wide Open Wednesday. We'd like to thank all our sponsors and everybody involved here. Thanks for stopping in. We hope you enjoy the show.
A delay. Turn that down. No, we're good now. Sure. All right, we are live on Wide Open Wednesday. We already got 3 people in watching us, Fred. So don't pick your nose or nothing. They're on the Wide Open Wednesday page. We are live on Lowdown Entertainment. We are live on our Wide Open Wednesday YouTube page, and we are live on our Wide Open Wednesday page. Now, it's getting close. What's up there, Don? How are you? How's everything going, brother? Good to have Don Allen in here with us, as always. He's our crash test dummy, been our crash test dummy. We're going to have to get Don in here live and get him on the show so we can see his smiling face. He's always helped us out, always been when we were having our technical difficulties, he was always the guy that we would blast his ears out or he wouldn't be able to hear us. Tracy Appleby, good to have you here with us, as always. He's heading to Facebook. All right. Real close to the deal. Hot Rod Santa.
Hot Rod Santa's coming up 2 weeks. Just over 2 weeks.
If you're not doing nothing on December 6th, you got to check out Hot Rod Santa.
Yeah, that's going to be a great time from 10 to 3 over at my place in downtown Fairless Hills. December 6th, I figured I was just talking to the Bucks County Stangs. They might bring like 25 cars by themselves.
Oh, my God.
So we're going to have probably between 45 and 50 cars on my lot.
That's awesome.
And, between race cars and karts and all the show cars, and I got 2 myself, so we'll hog up the.
Well, there's the flyer right there, and there's a couple of people missing on that flyer now, right?
Yeah, we got right here. I got Vibrant Finish on there. They're a new sponsor, and today I just picked up another one for Hot Rod Santa for Confire's security and fire suppression systems.
Ah, cool.
So they signed on, so they're going to be a part of that as well.
Nice, and of course, Sage Chiropractor, who is all the rage in chiropractic care. All WBCB is going to be there. We're going to be doing a live broadcast from Hot Rod Santa. Me and Fred are going to be doing a broadcast. So there's a lot of things going to be happening on December 6th. Let's hope for some decent weather. We ain't asking for 80 degrees. We're just asking for a decent day. Mm-hmm. And tell them about Puss in Boots. You added that.
Puss in Boots. Usually I supply the food, like hot hoagies and stuff like that, and chips and whatever. And I'll still have some of that, but we got Puss in Boots Tavern and Restaurant, which is a local bar restaurant around the corner from me. Great food. I eat there quite often. And they're going to have
place he goes to lunch and doesn't take me. I'm not even going to say nothing.
Yeah, you got to take off one of these days during the week.
Can't do that.
See, right around there you go. There you go. It's good to be the king.
Yes, and you are the king.
so so they're going to have their food truck there. They're going to have burgers, chicken tenders, chicken sandwiches, soup, all kinds of stuff going on, and their food is outstanding. We're also going to have the Disciples of Christ Motorcycle Ministries there, setting up church in the Third Bay at my shop and offering spiritual uplifting and hot dogs.
And for our Jewish friends?
And we got Hanukkah Harry. He'll be there spreading guilt.
We're covering all the bases, gang.
So this is good. We're going to have Allen Tire and Rubber, my tire wholesaler. They're offering up a raffle to win 4 free tires. Just come bring a new unwrapped toy, fill out the ticket. Jen will be sitting at the table filling out tickets, and you can win 4 free tires. It's always a great thing for my customers. Love that. I'm trying to think what else we got going on. There's just so much going on. This is a big year. This is our 10th anniversary. So we're going to try to make it a little more special than usual. And this is our 3rd annual John Lesky Memorial Toys for Tots. And I've had a couple of customers hear me talk about this. John always donated quite a bit of money. And he I hear you, Jack. I'll call you back later. So,
Let's interrupt the show and we'll call Glenn back right now.
yeah. So yeah, John always came and he brought he donated a lot of cash, a lot of toys, and also he started the program of bringing gift cards in for the older kids, and he passed away a few years ago, so we honor his memory because he was such a driving force to the Hot Rod Santa. We've had a couple of customers step in his shoes this year and brought us a lot of gift cards for the teenage kids because they get left out a lot. Because a lot of people bring stuffed animals or something cheap over to the $5 store, which is great. Five Below or the dollar store. It's all great because every kid needs it. But it seemed like the preteens and teens were getting kind of like off to the side. Like forgot about. So John stepped up and started bringing gift cards, and now we have customers that heard that story, and they've stepped up and brought us a lot of gift cards. So everybody's covered this year.
That's cool, and I can't wait. I didn't get to do it last year because I was with Zach on Thanksgiving. Went down to North Carolina and with my nephew Zach, and we spent that. And we didn't get to go to Turkey Derby, but now they're two separate dates.
Yep.
Me and Fred are going to go to Turkey Derby. Big news for the Turkey Derby is Jimmy Blewett's going to get back behind the wheel. He's going to drive one of Paul Hartwig's cars. So we'll probably get maybe try and get Jimmy or Paul Hartwig on here. They've been friends forever. It's good to see Jimmy Blewett get back in a race car. How cool would it be for him to win the Turkey Derby? That would be cool. So me and Fred are going to go to the Turkey Derby. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk to Jimmy for a few minutes. Put him in the box here, and then replay the interview on Wide Open Wednesday episode. But we things are starting to happen here. Fred said we already got our stuff set up for motorsports, right?
Yep, I've got a table set up for motorsports, and that's going to be another one just in time because I'm just about out of moonshine.
That's right.
So,
well, one of our guests that's on here tonight, Mike Feltenberger. Mm-hmm. He lives close to where they make that stuff, I believe. So Mike could probably hook us up. We'd have to meet him somewhere, and he can get us some moonshine. But yeah, we have two great guests that are going to come tonight. Mike is I call Mike a historian. He was a photographer. He had his name on our race car when my brother John raced at East Windsor and Grandview, and then of course we have Dara Jane McCaughey, Dara Lynn McCaughey. But she works in the tower at New Egypt Speedway, and she's going to give us the insight on what happens on a busy race night. Mike could probably do the same thing because he was a flagger, a photographer, an announcer, probably a tow truck driver, probably beat somebody with his flags or wanted to beat somebody with his flags. So what we'll do now is we'll take down the banner here, and we will. Because Mike is waiting, so we'll bring Mike on. The first time we ever had Mike on here, he had that metal plate in his head too close to the microphone, and we had very bad feedback. So we're going to do this first for Mike. And then we'll do this for Mike, and we'll bring Mike in here. Mike Feltenberger, good friend of mine, been a friend of my family forever. He is family. Mike, what is going on, my man?
Well, let me put it to you this way. I heard what you were saying. I was a Grandview track official on the track for 6 races. I was the in-car official for 7 races, and I did the ATVN broadcast as the, I guess you could call it the color or lap-by-lap announcer for 6 broadcasts. So I was pretty busy at Grandview, and then announcing at Shellhammers every Wednesday night for Wingless Wednesdays. We had our banquet last Saturday. 370 people showed up for the banquet at the Shellhammers on Saturday night.
Awesome. That is awesome. Now, did you ever do anything at Penn National, Mike? Did you ever do anything there?
I was this is good. I was the actual track photographer in 86 and 87. And I was standing down in turn 3 and I guess the middle of 87. And Kenny McMullen came up to me and he says, "Put your camera away. You're now our assistant starter." So I became the assistant starter at Penn National from 1987 to 1991. I was the assistant starter at Grandview from 1989 to 2000. I was the starter at Big Diamond from 1997 to 2005. and I did various start. In fact, I flagged the races they had down at the Pagoda Motorcycle Club racetrack about 3 weeks ago.
Well,
It's
so
easier to ask what you didn't do.
yeah, what didn't you do, Mike? Let's and I know you're a big advocate for Reading, and you do a lot of stuff for Reading, keeping Reading alive in everybody's heart. The pictures that you put up and all the other stuff that you do. I told you I was thinking about doing a tribute shirt for my brother John, and you turned me on to somebody that does really nice work, that done your Chamberlain stuff. Now, let's talk a little bit about your show that you do. It's kind of similar to what we do, but it's on television, right?
Yep, it's on BCTV, bctv.org, and it's also it gets transferred to YouTube the night that I have the taping. And I had Davey Wanger on for the November show. My October show, I had small car sensation Danny Buckafuska on. And for December, it's going to be the Wild Thing, Harry Turner. So I got some good guests on the TV show. So we'll see what's happening in the next couple months.
Harry Turner. Harry, good friend of ours. We raced against him at East Windsor and, of course, at Grandview. Harry, if you cannot laugh when you're hanging out with Harry, well, then you don't know Harry, because he's just one of them guys. Him and Fred Raymer were really tight when they ran small blocks together, and a lot of fun to hang out with the Turner boys. Not just him. His dad was a character. George is a character. GT Radiator, good place to take a leak, ladies and gentlemen. So, but no, Mike, I mean, you've basically done it all in motorsports, and you still have time to put out the pictures and tell the people about what you do with the pictures and where they can see all these wonderful pictures that you have.
Well, actually, I just sent the latest link to you and Fred. Yep. I did one about 25 minutes ago, Reading Fairgrounds Part 3. I go back into my archives. I pull pictures out. In fact, some of them never even seen the sun before. So it's a 3-minute, 30-photo slideshow that's available on YouTube. Just put my name in the search, and it'll come up. And this is my 67th episode, so everything seems to be going pretty well with that on YouTube.
Now, can you tell how many people are looking at that, Mike, and how many hits you're getting as far as people watching that on YouTube?
Yeah, in fact, well, my actual TV show, I did a show on radio-controlled race cars, radio-controlled racing. Mm-hmm. I had over 11,000 views.
Wow.
I did one on slot car racing. I have over 6,600 views. And most of my views now for my regular drivers and my shows on BCTV Strapped In, it's called, has over between 1,000 and 3,000 views.
Nice. Now, I have a question for you. I'm going to put it up on the screen from Dust Lap Dispatch. He's one of our guys that's getting into this and taking pictures and doing video. It'll come up on the screen. Mike, answer this for this gentleman, please.
Okay.
Can you see it?
What are the major shifts in racing? Okay, well, let's put it to you this way. From the film to the digital was a big changeover. I mean, instead of us going there with, 3 rolls of 36 and 2 rolls of black, 3 rolls of 36 color and 2 rolls of black and white, 24, now we can put a camera card in and take 3,000 pictures a night if you want to. I don't think the quality is as good on a digital, for the digital stuff, than the film, but that's what everybody's doing now. But that's the big shift that's going on in racing, from, the film cameras to the digital. And it's to the point now where, I don't know how I can say it, but people want to see people they don't want to see a race car in every picture. And I understand that. There's more to racing than a car on a track. You have pit crews, you have family members, victory lane. And that's sort of what's missing now. We got to bring the people back into racing again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think some of the candid shots are some of the coolest things that you see. Like when I do the heat race winners, I try to get candid with these guys and have fun with them, in case their siblings or their parents are somewhere off down south or something, and they seem to really enjoy that. But Mike, back in the day, if you wanted to be on top of your game at a racetrack, how many cameras did you really have to bring to the track with you when you went?
I had 2. It was one with black and white, one with color, and one had I would say a 28 to 300 zoom lens, and the other one had a 35 to 80 zoom lens. So I was, pretty well prepared for, anything that was happening. In fact, we were looking through some of my scrapbooks. Now, I'm not going to pat myself in the back, but I am. In 1982, the year of 1982, I had over 1,600 photos printed in Area Auto, Gator, all the racing papers and magazines. So, you come home, back then you had to come home and develop your pictures in the house. You were up till 3 o'clock in the morning developing and printing pictures. Now you just put a camera card in and send it out.
I have a picture of a guy at Penn National on the grass, black and white picture taken by you, Johnny driving Kenny Hammer 77. One of the coolest pictures I have, and it was taken by you, Mike. And you sent it to me a year ago. I think you sent it was him. I think it's him and Smokey Warren, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Yes.
And,
yep.
And I'm like, wow, what a picture. And it's black and white. It's not color. It's black and white, but it just catches the essence of Penn National. Me and Rich used to stand on the infield. Okay. And you could stand right on the grass. You could reach out and touch the cars at Penn National. My brother John would come through there, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyhow. He would come through there, take his hand off the wheel, give me and Rich the number one salute, and wave at us and keep going through the corner. And he'd come in after he'd done that, and he'd say, "Did you get the signal?" I said, "Yeah, John, we got the signal." So, but Mike, you've been around for so long. You've seen so many changes in our racing, and so many things come to the forefront. There's a lot of egos in our sport now, would you say?
Yeah, and the thing, what a lot of changes that, me and you can go back to, back then in the 70s and the 80s, you could tell the race car by the body. If Buzzy Rudiman came across into the pit lane, you knew it was a 00. If John came across in a 99, you knew it was John, just by the body designs. Now every car looks the same. The bodies are the same. The only thing different is the graphics on it. And it's to the point now where, I think we really need to go back to having identifiable cars instead of shoebox cars.
I think we need to be able to see the guys in the cars, like you said, be able to see the guys, because back in the day, you could see the guy sawing on the wheel. You could see the guy maneuvering and doing what he was doing. Back in the day with the Mustangs and the Coupes and stuff like that there. What as far as racing, Mike, are we okay, or do you think we're dying here? A lot of people say we're dying. A lot of people say we're not. What do you think?
Well, there for a while, you got to think about it this way, Nick. There for a while, we were sitting there, who's going to replace Brett Hearn? Who's going to replace Alan Johnson? Who's going to replace, these guys that eventually are going to call it a career? But there for a while, we didn't have anybody. Now we have guys like Logan Watt, Colin Cox, and Danny Buck. And we got all these guys that are actually taking over, for the drivers that we once cherished watching on the speedway. And we do need these young drivers, not these guys that are going to sit home, and play on their cell phones or their video games. We need the guys to come out, because that's where the small cars are coming in. Everybody's going, we're losing a fan base. We're not losing a fan base. These guys are becoming small car racers.
I think, coming from where I grew up and how I seen it go, I think there needs to be a set of rules where you don't have to change nothing if you want to go to Bridgeport, or you want to go to New Egypt, or you want to go to Grandview, or you want to go to Diamond. I think there's too much stuff that you got to change, and guys are like, I just got done racing Friday night. I really don't want to go out in the garage and change the car. Where if they didn't have to change the car, maybe tire-wise or something like that, then they probably would race 2-3 nights a week. They're not doing that anymore, Mike. They're picking the track. They're running there, and they're doing what they're doing. A lot of guys aren't traveling. You look at Bryce Bayshore. He's an up-and-coming guy. He races in Delaware. Of course, he can't race where we're racing because he's not old enough. But like you said, these are our up-and-coming stars. I think there should be a unified rules for these tracks, so these guys can come and go whenever they want and go to all these different tracks. What do you think?
Well, you got a point there, but then again, Grandview and Big Diamond went from the left side Panhard to the right side Panhard bar, and everybody kept saying we're going to lose cars. Well, Grandview averaged 44 sportsmen and 38 modifieds. And if you look at the racetrack down in South Jersey, I'm not going to say anything, but there were nights they didn't have 15 cars. So the people that were screaming and hollering about, Grandview and Big Diamond's going to throw everybody off the hook, they've actually gained cars from the previous years by going to the right side Panhard Bar. But I agree, there's got to come to a point where if you went to New Egypt, you could either run a left side or a right side, and it's one of them fine line things. But to keep car counts going the way they're going, and the thing about it is, tire prices are astronomical now, Nick. What used to be $180 is now $280, and it's tough to stick up with.
In a perfect world, Mike, what would you do to make the racing better all around? What would you do?
Well, there used to be a time in the support classes where they used to have, I guess it was a claiming rule, and this would sort of keep costs down because, why would you want to spend $30,000 for an engine, if you got to get rid of it for 15? It's one of them deals. And also it's to the point now where, Grandview raised their payouts now, and a lot of people didn't know that. We got told about it with like 3 weeks to go. Their Take the Green money actually now pays for a right rear tire, where before it was like $20. But Tina and the folks down at Grandview, they decided, to make things more comfortable for a race team. If you do blow a right rear, your starting money in the feature actually pays for that tire now, which a lot of tracks, it's not even close.
All right. I have another question from this young lady here. Did the right side Panhard Bar make a difference?
Well, for some drivers, they said it didn't, and for some drivers, they said it did, because a lot of the drivers, they said it took the bouncing and the torque and the G-forces, out. It lessened them. So they were less tired. They actually had more strength as the race went on with the right side Panhard Bar than they did with the left side. And the racing was fantastic down at Grandview. They,
right.
They were 2 and 3 wide for majority of this season. And the thing about Grandview is they handicap down there. The higher up you are in points, the farther back you start. And that's not seen in a lot of the sprint car tracks anymore.
I just think when you watch them cars hopping around like a trash truck with a broken spring on it, it was just so ugly. And I mean, I know the late models do that stuff, and they're late models. That's what they're supposed to do. But I just think at a track like Bridgeport, them guys really got to be up on the wheel. And I just think a lot of guys don't like racing Bridgeport because it takes a lot out of them physically. You got to be pretty physical to run at Bridgeport now because of the way it's set up.
Well, I'm going to say a couple of things that a lot of people aren't going to like, but I like Bridgeport better as a 5/8 mile than I do the way it is now.
So does Wade Hendrickson. Just ask him. and so do a lot of guys. A lot of guys miss that. And a lot of guys miss East Windsor because long straightaways, short corners. If you stood in turn 3 getting in at Windsor, if you stood there when they come down the backstretch, it was like being at Maple Grove going at the traps. They sounded like dragsters coming down the end of there.
I always said, Nick, that East Windsor was the modified version of Williams Grove.
Okay, I agree with that. I liked Penn National because it was flat, and my brother John would go there. He loved going there. He led every race in Hammer's car there, but the car would let him down. It would break.
Yeah,
something would happen. Something stupid would happen, but he led every race there. And everybody's like, "Where's this guy from?" They'd ask Hammer, "Where'd you get him?" He's from Jersey. Well, what the hell are you putting a Jersey driver in a Pennsylvania car for? So, but yeah, I miss Penn National. I missed the big track at Bridgeport, but I think Doug's done a really good job of doing what he's doing at Bridgeport. I think this year Chris Moore has done a really good job at New Egypt. I hope things basically stay the same and we get to do some stuff. I'm hearing big things out of Wall Stadium. There's going to be some changes there, and when Earl gets back on here with us, I'm sure he'll have some information on that. But yeah, Mike, we really appreciate you coming on here. Tell everybody where they can see the pictures and where they can do your TV show again.
Well, first up, I'd like to let you know I'm now a calendar maker. I do.
See that?
I need one of those, Mike.
We need one of them. And we need you to make us a Wide Open Wednesday calendar.
Not a bathing suit calendar.
No.
Oh yeah. Well, I can't believe it when I posted that picture of one of the Miss Motorsports contestants. Like 900 likes and stuff. And I just posted one on Strapped In today, the Strapped In group page on Facebook today with I guess it was Bob McCready with 2 race queens, and that's taken off too. But you can see my TV show. It's Strapped In on BCTV on YouTube. Just search BCTV Strapped In. And my 3-minute 30 photo slideshows is Racing Photo Memory Makers. Just put my name in the search and then the shows will come up.
Mike, we appreciate you being on here.
Thank you, Mike.
And you got an open door policy. You can come on here anytime you want.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate it, Mike. Thank you very much. And we are going to have, we're going to do Earl's time capsule, and we're going to have you come to our studio to do the time capsule with us too.
I would gladly do that.
All right, Mike, I'll be in touch.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks
Mike.
for being
Thank
here,
you.
brother. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Mike Feltenberger, ladies and gentlemen. Mike's known me since I was a teenager. Darylyn, put yourself back on the camera. We're going to take a minute here to recognize some of our sponsors, and we'll get some of them out of the way like we should, and because they take care of us. Without our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. Lady asked the question. Let's talk about transmissions for a minute. You want to get to victory lane, you can't be in low gear. You got to be in high gear. I'm talking about high gear transmissions located in South Jersey. That's right. We specialize in repair, refresh, and troubleshooting your Northeast Dirt modified transmissions. That's right, high gear. They specialize in Burt Generation 1 and 2 transmissions, and they also service Winters transmissions. It's home of the modified number 13P, driven by Anthony Tramontana Jr. They have reasonable pricing, quick turnaround. You can pick your transmission up at New Egypt Speedway or Bridgeport Speedway, and you can find them on Facebook at High Gear Transmissions. Now, these transmissions are serviced by a great tech, Anthony Tramontana Sr. You can give him a call at 609-385-3084. That's right, High Gear Transmissions. You know, the season-ending season, and you're worried about that transmission, you're worried about it getting serviced, why not call High Gear and get it done? They'll take care of your transmission. You won't have to worry about it. When you put it back in the car, you'll put it in gear, you'll go to victory lane, you'll be in high gear, and you'll be a winner with high gear. And they also do sprint car transmissions now. So if you have one of them wingless sprint cars, you have a sprint car, getting near the end of the season here, you need your transmission done, get a hold of high gear. They'll put you in victory lane like they do everybody else. We appreciate them, and we appreciate this guy here. He makes us famous. Let's talk about one of our proud sponsors, and that's Five Peaks Media, brought to you by Craig McGill, 668 Woodburn Road, Langhorne, Pennsylvania, Suite 201, the same suite that Wide Open Wednesday is in, and their phone number 609-577-7996. Craig McGill, we call him Magic because he creates the magic behind the Wednesday. Whatever you need, whether it's for social media, your business, anything you need. He's been with CBS, the NFL. He's done it all. He's a master at his trade, and he can definitely get the job done if you need anything done in social media. Why is having a director important? Greg will tell you why, because he does his best work behind the lens. Do you want your message out there to the world? You got to go with Five Peaks Media. That's right. Get a hold of Craig McGill. Come on over and see us. This is why we do what we do, because we have magic. Who is all the rage? Sage Chiropractic. That's right. Sage is all the rage in chiropractic care. Dr. Carey and Dr. Mike will take care of you and all your back needs, and they specialize in other things too. Give them a call, 215-497-0700. They have all the equipment, all the stuff you need to get yourself in shape. They're the people that give Fred his adjustment so he can drive his race car on Saturdays at New Egypt Speedway. They are our official sponsor of Wide Open Wednesday, so go see them. If you have any problems with your back or any other problems you think you're having that are related to your back, you got to go see Sage, because they're all the rage in chiropractic care. So see Sage Chiropractic. Their phone number is 215-497-0700. Go see Dr. Carey and go see Dr. Mike. You got wheels to see better days. Don't replace them, revive them. That's right. Vibrant powder coating and wheel repair. Bent rims, scuffs, no problem. Vibrant makes them smooth and strong and stunning again. From the street to the strip, they'll make your ride shine like new custom colors, flawless finishes, and durable coatings that turn heads and handle heat. Give them a call today at 1-267 566-6842. They're located at 569 Unionville Avenue, Pendle, PA 19047. That's Vibrant Finish. For all you need in powder coating and wheel repair, they make your ride look sweet. So give them. Bob Drayton Incorporated has been locally owned and operated since 1955. Their goal is to provide excellent customer service and quality rentals to every client. They have a large selection of rentals and solutions for every project or every event you have. You can count on their experienced team for fast and courteous service each time you call them. And they have a 24-hour emergency service, locally owned and operated since 1955. That's over 70 years, gang. Licensed and insured, free estimates available, 24-hour service, military and senior discounts, quality products, and an excellent customer service. Check them out, gang. They're located at 151 Big Hill Road, Southampton, New Jersey. Their phone number is 609-859-3629. And they race, that's right, New Egypt Speedway, Bridgeport Speedway. Bob and his son race the 4-cylinder class, and they sponsor the class at New Egypt Speedway. So when it hits the fan, he's your man, and whatever you eat, he's got your seat. They have a 1-800 number, and it's 1-800-521-2014. So whatever you need, give Mr. Bob a call, and he'll help you out. They are official sponsor of Wide Open Wednesday right here on Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. Mr. Bob, he's on the job, and you should be too. All right, now we can do this, and we can bring this young lady in here. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, if you don't know who she is, her father was Darren McCahey, okay? And her mom is Betty, okay? Now, she's not going to sidestep nothing, so if you have any questions to ask Darren about what goes on in the tower at New Egypt, she will definitely answer your questions, okay? I've known Darren for a long time. Her father was a great race car driver, won a lot of races, had a lot of fun with her dad. So we'll bring Dara on here and we'll talk to her. Look at you. What's going on, kid?
Hi.
What's happening?
You know, right?
when we talked and you said, hey, why don't we do something a little different? Why don't we give people some insight of what the craziness is like up in the tower during a race night? And you said it doesn't have to be me. You should get somebody from wherever to talk about what goes on at a racetrack during a racing event during the night. Now, tell everybody what you do at New Egypt and tell them how long you've been doing it, because you've been doing it forever.
I have been doing it forever. I started when I was 13, turned 14 that summer. So I'm 27 now. If you could do the math on top of your head, it's like, I don't even know, too long, I guess. I started as the camera person. So basically I was in charge of replaying the accidents that happened on the racetrack. That was me for the longest time. Then I helped Bill, who's a hand scorer. I started helping him with hand scoring on top of that. Then I got in the seat for scoring with the transponders. I've been doing that. And then this year, 2 times I had to step in for Jim Mitch to racetrack. So I racetracked and scored at the same exact time, which is not easy, and it is not fun. It is not fun.
Did you feel your dad on your shoulders when you were race directing?
When I was told I was going to do it, I could hear him saying, "Are you out of your mind?" And that's in the, I know, he wouldn't say it like that. He would say,
I know. You're out of your goddamn mind trying that?
I'm trying to be tame. I'm trying not to cuss, and I'm trying not to be rowdy, but
that's all right. Uncle Nick will say it for you.
He most certainly would have probably smacked me upside the head. I actually ended up texting my Uncle John when I knew I was going to do it. And I said, you got to tell me, like, what should I know? What's something I got to go with? And he basically told me, he's like, in the best way, he told me, you can't please everyone, just get the show going and do your best. That's all you can do. And that's what I did. I just tried to keep the pace going, the show going. Things happen, obviously. So it wasn't a bad run. I don't recommend doing it and scoring at the same time to anyone. It's not fun. There's too much that goes on, but I did it, and that was a cool accomplishment on my part, doing that not once but twice now. But I made sure Chris Moore and Mark Blackwell knew for sure. Don't ever expect that to keep happening. Because I can't. My stress will explode by that point.
And
but,
speaking of your Uncle John,
yeah.
your Uncle John was one of the best race directors ever at New Egypt. And Jim Mitch is one of the best ones too. Jim Brown, we've had a few of them, and like they told you, you're not going to please everybody, and that's you know, there's several jobs that no matter what you have, if you have these certain jobs at a racetrack, you're going to be ridiculed for them. Race director, camera person like yourself, flagger, preparation of the track, owner of the track, and it's just crazy. You and I have been around. I've been around longer than you, but you've been around racing your whole life.
My whole life.
Your father was a fiery competitor. If anybody touched his race car that shouldn't have touched it, and it wasn't a racing incident, they were pretty much getting their ass beat. I mean, it's just the way it went. You know, my brother John and your father were really, really good friends. It's just pretty cool. I can tell you this: when he looks down at you, he's very proud of you. And I think one of the most proudest things he is of you, and probably your Uncle John too, is you ain't afraid to tell people how it is, whether they like it or not. This is what you get. This is what you get. And I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but do you want me to lie to you, or do you want me to tell you the truth?
Yeah, now, I usually tell people straight up, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So if you want that, you got to go somewhere else, because I'm not going to do it, especially with racing, which it's funny when people find out what I actually do for work. They can't believe that I'm a school counselor, because that's like the highest patient's job ever. And I work with kids. You like how, and I say it's funny when I'm at work, they're like, what do you do? I'm like, I work at a racetrack. You try to explain it to people that don't really know. I said, just trust me. I'm nothing like I am there here. Because if I was, I'd be fired immediately. There'd be no way. There'd be no way I'd be here. I have a totally different side to me.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
There's a call made in 1 and 2. Then they go up to the tower. They say, we're looking at the tape. What determines how the decision is made after you look at the film? What determines that?
So it depends who the director is. So if we're going to get that, I'm going to make that very clear. So whoever the director is, that can make a difference for me. I worked, and you know this, Nikki, I worked with several different race directors. The dream team, my partners in crime, have always been Jim Mitch and Bill. Always. Tenfold. There's no.
Well, Bill's a legend. He's been around forever. He's a legend. Yep.
He knows everything. So when it comes to that crew, like, I'll pull up the camera. I pulled it up regardless. I kind of have, I can't help it anymore. I still do pull it up, even when I'm like fixing all the scoring stuff. I have the cameras right next to me. I have like 7 different screens going at once. I have everything. But you'll replay it, and it's me, Jim, Bill. We'll look at it. We don't look at it like once. So we look at it a few times. So I know drivers, and trust us, we get it. We don't want to keep sending you around, but we also don't want to give the wrong call. We sit there and we actually think it through before we just say it. We're not trying to rush that process, because that can make or break something real quick for any driver, and that's just not it. Again, it's cool to look at all of our perspectives, because we all have different points of views and different ways we grew up around racing. But usually 9 out of 10 times, the final decision is the race director, or it can always go to the owner. If the owner could always override. If Fred has come in at points and be like, no, I don't like that call, I want this to happen. That happens.
Right.
I've personally fought with race directors before, because I thought a call was wrong, and they get to make it. That's just the end of it. There's nothing more I can do. I can have a little bit. I don't. Matt is right. I don't. He knows. That's why they wouldn't let me be on the walkie for the longest time, because I was not scared to say what I felt. But
now I think the job is hard enough.
Yeah.
And you know, you can't be friends with everybody. You got to make a call. Sometimes a guy will get into somebody and he was on the brakes, but he just got in there too hot. He got into a guy and spun him out. You got to send that guy to the rear. You may not want to, but you have to.
I mean, a good example of that too is I have friends in racing. I have family in racing. My dad was racing for a year when I was in that tower. Terrifying experience, by the way, just so anyone knows. To go home to him after a call was made against him.
I had a brother
I
the
thought
same
about going
way.
to a hotel for the night. But in all seriousness, though, I've had to make calls on good friends of mine. Like, I've had to sit there and no, all right, I'm going down to the pits and I'm not going to hear something nice. And that's the breaks of the game. Everyone I know that knows me enough, I'm playing the game I have to play. This is nothing personal. When I'm in that seat, I'm not your friend right now. I'll have your back. I know how you are as a race car driver, and I'll always have your back if you truly do something that's I know how you race and that something seems wrong. I've said, you could ask Jim Mitch. I say it all the time. I was like, oh, so-and-so doesn't seem like something's going on with his car. I think this is breaking. Well, I will call it out as it's going on.
Right.
Because I could tell by the way someone drives, even if they're my friend or not, just from watching so many people race, I'm like, this is weird. I don't like it. I have hit Jim Mitch because I sit right next to him. I smacked him. I said, you need to watch turn 3 and turn 4 because when they're going in, someone's going to spin someone out. I could tell, and I'm always right.
See that?
It's weird. Well, it's so weird, but
a woman's intuition is way better than a man's, and their reaction time is way better than a man's.
Yeah.
If you ever go to a drag strip, the girls always beat the light better than the guy does. But whatever. Like I said, I've known you your whole life. You've known me forever. Do you like doing what you do now? Do you like doing that?
So yes,
you must, because you keep coming, or you're a glutton for punishment.
It's like a toxic relationship. I always joke. It's like a toxic relationship where there's times, I mean, some people know I didn't come back for 2 months because of my differences at the time with the track. And I say it all the time, that was the worst 2 months of my life. I was itching to go back. I got a call to come back because I quit and they asked me to come back. And I was very gung-ho not to, because again, if you know my father,
right,
he's very stubborn, and that is 100% me too.
Well, I know how you felt, because I felt that way for a whole year.
Yeah,
so.
It was hard, and it was hard. I got the call from Jim Mitch, and he was like, can you please consider this? And I said,
cool.
And I literally said, damn it, Jim, you're lucky I love you.
Yeah.
And I said, fine. If they want me back, I'll come back. I'll see you Saturday. And it wasn't that Saturday. It was the next Saturday I came back, and then I never left. But again, having friends involved in it, I love seeing my friends. I love seeing my family. I love seeing everyone. I think it's really fun. Even when it can be a headache, there is a reward at the end of it all.
Right.
So it is worth it.
Well,
and I love racing. I
know that. So, well, we appreciate you coming on here and giving your side of the deal. Now everybody's going to know who you are. And, I already know who you are, but I'm just telling you right now, just because you've seen her on Wide Open Wednesday, that's not an open invitation to stalk her because she'll punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not going to happen. But no, she's cool. She'll talk to you. If you need help with anything, she'll help you with anything. Her family's great. Tell your mom I said hello. Give her a big hug. And open door policy, kid. If there's anything you think we should be talking about or anything you think we should have somebody on here, let us know and we'll do it.
Yeah, I'll let you know. It's probably easier during the season because that's the only time I'm tuned in. Because I try to give myself a race break so I don't fry myself up. But
all right, we'll do it.
I'll just be me.
All right, thanks, babe. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
see you,
for
hon.
having me. Bye.
All right, no problem. We loved having you. See ya. It's always better when you have somebody good looking on your show. It makes it a whole lot easier. She's a great kid. I mean, she's been around racing forever. She knows what the deal is. Her uncle was a race director at New Egypt. Yeah, she's just a cool kid. Now, this guy, I don't even have to send him the link no more. He's like gun-ho to get here and do what he's got to do. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Billy Kleinsman, the voice of Maple Grove. Billy, what's going on?
Hi guys, how are you this evening?
All right.
It's cold out, Billy. It's cold out.
Yeah,
And
it is.
raining.
Icy.
You got snow up there, Bill?
We did get a little bit of freezing rain yesterday on my way to my other job, and I was about ready to call you to see if you wanted to build a snowman in case it started to turn into snow, to see if you wanted to build a snowman. But unfortunately, we haven't gotten any snow yet, but they're saying that we could get some snow in the near future. So for snow lovers out there, hopefully this winter is what you're expecting, because we really haven't had really cold winters recently. So maybe we'll do for a bad winter this winter.
No,
I hope not.
we don't need that.
No,
We
I
don't need a
wouldn't.
bad winter. You got stuff you got to do at the drag strip. We got stuff we want to do. Knock that off with that, Bill. And what's going on now? You got some time off, or you got some stuff coming up?
Well, believe it or not, we have Test and Tune on Saturday. That's going to be taking place from 11 to 4. Basically, anybody that can come out and see what's going on, make some passes down the track. We're going to have a gamblers race as well for our bracket racers if they want to come out and get one more hit before the end of the season. And then we'll take a couple weeks off before we head into the Winter Series. As you know, the information for that is on MapleGroveRaceway.com and on our social media pages. And we look forward to seeing everybody out on the track on Saturday.
Well, somebody has a question, wants to know how your dad is, Bill. How's dad doing?
He's doing pretty good. I actually brought him in some food earlier this evening. I was helping Shane out at the track today doing some projects. Was able to drop some food off for him, and I was able to talk to him for a little bit because I haven't seen him in a while. So I was happy to see him. Each day is getting better and better, and they haven't given me a time frame yet on when he's going to be released from the nursing center. But each day he keeps getting better and better.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to start that deal where you're going to tell us the driver of the week, or don't you do that now? I see they have a graphic of you now and the driver of the week and all that. So next year, maybe we'll do that here. Bill, you can come on here, tell us who the driver of the week was at Maple Grove.
All right, and I must say, I can also say who my driver of the week is for this week. It's NHRA Pro Stock writer Richard Gadsden. He became the third African-American to win an NHRA title. As you know, racing, what's so great about racing is all the great ethnicities and people's backgrounds. It doesn't matter who you are, you're accepted in the racing family, and that's what I love about the racing family. And we're happy to see Richard defend his championship for next season.
And we also got to congratulate Dallas Glenn on winning the Pro Stock Championship, right? I mean, Kyle was on the KB Titan team. And, so congratulations to Dallas Glenn. Hopefully, Tamara's a good friend of mine, and she's going to try and get some of them guys from KB Titan on here with us, Bill. I'll make sure you're right here on the picture when we get them on here.
All right. As you know, I know a lot of the KB Titan and drivers, and I love to have them guys on, and I'm looking forward to that.
All right, Bill. Well, have a good week. Give Dad a hug for us, and we'll talk to you next week.
We'll do, guys. See you next week, guys.
Right. See you, Bill.
All right, Billy. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Billy Kleinsman, he is the voice of Maple Grove. Now, we got to do this one last guy. If we don't do him, he's going to fire all of us.
Up next, we have Fletcher's Garage. That's right, the main sponsor of Wide Open Wednesday, and they are located at 480 Hood Boulevard in Fairless Hills. Their phone number is 215-295-4931, and their motto is, if they can't fix it, it's broke. It's home of America's mechanic, Fred Fletcher, and he also does Need for Speed on WBCB on Thursday mornings. So keep an eye out for Mr. Fletcher, America's mechanic. Also, we have Reliable Consulting, Sales, Training, and Marketing, brought to you by Chris Bennett. His phone number is 215-206-9053. We thank all our sponsors for participating on Wide Open Wednesday.
And here's the deal. Earl was at the Garden State Finish meeting tonight, so we had no green room, but Nancy Leach supplied us with some homemade cookies.
I ate them.
Fred ate them, along with some moonshine
Yeah.
and some garage beer, the official beer of Wide Open Wednesday. Now, we're going to hit this again because we want people to bring an unwrapped Christmas toy. They got
New unwrapped toy.
and you get a chance to win some tires, right?
Yep. We win 4 free tires from GT Radial and Allen Tire and Rubber. And I'll talk about the whole how everything goes from that day, not just what goes on.
And don't forget tomorrow from 9 to 9:30, it's America's Mechanic, Mr. Fred Fletcher. You got any questions about your car or something coming on, check engine light, whatever, call Fred tomorrow at WBCB. And then from 9:30 to 10, it is Need for Speed with Fred, and I'm sure Earl will be on there.
Yeah, Earl, Nick
But
Marco,
no
we do.
green room there. Nick Marco will be calling in,
Yep.
NASCAR Nick.
No, I actually saw it went up to Stan
the Plasky
Plasky's
deal,
yeah, the
yep.
Plasky deal last Saturday night or afternoon.
Yep.
Nick had his car up there along with the other Plasky cars, and it was good. Nice event up there.
I've seen a lot of
I didn't stay a whole long
seen
time.
a lot of
but-
drone shots. I guess Nick was
Yeah.
there with his drone, took some drone shots that looked pretty good.
yeah,
Uh,
but that
just
was
a
a good time.
couple mentions of people that were in here with us tonight. Michael Hastings, of course, always good to see Mike from Dirt Merchant.
Mike.
Kelly Fleming, of course, she drives a 4-cylinder, winning at Bridgeport. Dust Lap Dispatch. Don Allen, of course. Glenn McIntyre, who's
Hi,
going to
Glenn.
bring his car.
Yeah, I'll
for
talk to
Hot
you
Rod
tomorrow,
Santa.
Glenn.
Tracy Appleby, and of course, one of our sponsors, Danielle Tramontana. Her husband is the guy that does the transmissions.
Yep.
Like I said, sprint cars, dirt cars, whatever you need,
Vintage
transmission
cars.
and vintage cars. Don't hesitate. If you think you have a transmission that needs to be rebuilt or worked on, don't be afraid to call High Gear. If they can't fix it, I'm sure they'll point you in the right direction. But I'm pretty sure if it's a race car transmission, they ain't going to have no problem fixing it.
I'm not
for
worried
you.
about mine.
Nope. Fred's going to be cruising, baby. Cruising.
Right.
He's going to have a garage beer in one hand and just cruising, looking for Nick Marco.
No, I
So
don't. I don't want Darrell Lynn cussing me out over the thing. So I'll wait till I have the beer afterwards.
that's all right. When you're out there, she's going to be Fletcher.
Yeah.
I see. Yep.
See 141. Get the hell off the track.
Yeah, there you have it. But next time you're going to Augusta, when you going back there?
January.
January. Okay.
Yep. Then January, got to go down and finish getting James Brown's cars ready for the museum that
Yep.
they're getting ready to open up down there.
Nifty 50s is open. Fred's been there. I've been there. Earl
there
and Mark and him go out to lunch to the
Flying Pig
Flying Pig
down in Bordentown.
down in
Great place.
Bordentown. If you haven't been there, that's a pretty good
No,
place
it's
to go
good
eat.
stuff. A lot of different beers there, even though.
Yep.
But Hot Rod Santa. We started around 10. Cars usually get there around 9. I'm there early getting everything set up. So yeah, you can come anytime then, bring the toys. I'm actually collecting toys now.
There you have it.
So I got 2 boxes full in my office already. So
There you go.
we usually fill up my 28-foot long trailer. I pull my T bucket out of the trailer and then fill it with toys. And I might not have to this year because Bucks County Family Services is going to be there with a whole bunch of elves to count and
nice.
load up the toys while we get them. So that's something different.
Well, that's great.
But we will be collecting toys until December 12th. So if you can't make Hot Rod Santa, which I hope you do, we will collect toys till December 12th. So bring them often. Bring as many as you can. Last year's record was 2307. I'm not out to try to beat records every year. I just try to get as many children to have very nice Christmases and holidays as we can get. If it's 1800, it's great. Thank you all. If it's 2500, great. Thank you all. It's just going to be a really, really good time. Santa will be there. We'll get pictures. We have the Fairless Hills Fire Company down the street from me, FD31. They come up with a couple of trucks, whether it's a pumper or a hook and ladder. Kids can get pictures with the Santa. Mrs. Claus, too, will be there
Yep.
on any car that you want. And the trucks. Again, we'll have Disciples of Christ Motorcycle Ministries. They're with hot dogs, and they're just an uplifting spirit down there. You know, they set up a nice table, set up a nice thing with the hot dogs. They do some prayer vigils and stuff like that down there. Jen will be in the middle bay with the tire raffles, and a lot of my guys, and they'll be all hanging around doing all for the tires and anything else you need for that. I'm just kind of all over the place, and I'll be on the radio from 11 to 12 on WBCB. Then Nick, Kate, and I, and Warren. I think Warren was there last year.
Yep.
If he's there again this year, we're going to set up a wide open Wednesday table in the first bay, and then we'll do Wide Open Wednesday from there, and then
we'll
interviews
do a
some
Wide
of the
Open
drivers.
Wednesday.
Dom Antonelli will be there with his
Glenn
four-cylinder.
McIntyre,
Glenn McIntyre will be there.
Nick Marco.
A few others. Nick's bringing a go-kart. I think Glenn said he has somebody with some smaller cars, so they'll be there. It's just a good time. Bucks County Stangs with all their Mustangs and Fords. My old club, Deuces Wild, will be there. I have my 23T bucket. Dog just picked up a 41 Ford. Badass.
Wow.
Got to check it out. It goes along with my old 65 Chevelle that he has now too.
Nice.
So he'll be bringing that up. It's just an awesome day. Hope to see everybody out there. It's rain or shine. So if it's more rain, we'll hang in the bays and we'll do some stuff. But the cars will still be there. And I really, really hope to see you out there and bring a new unwrapped toy.
And Jackson Good, you keep telling me that you want to get on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait to get on the show. You're more than welcome to come on the show, Jackson. Get a hold of me or Fred. Go to my Facebook page, Nitro Nick Leach or Nick Leach, either one, or go to the Wide Open Wednesday page and send us a message, because I'm trying to get on your page right now and I can't get on it to send you a message. It just says Jackson Good and it says see options. I can't send you a message on that page. So if you want to get on the show, we're more than welcome to put you on the show.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
We'd love to have you on the show. It says you're from Hamburg, Pennsylvania.
All right.
And you live in Hamburg. You're from Shoemakersville, which is a racing. And I see you got pictures of Logan.
Now I know
Lots
two
of
things
cars
in
here.
Hamburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bass Pro Shops and Jackson Good.
Well, there you go. Jackson Good. Get a hold of us, buddy. We'd love to have you on here. Matt Martino, hello from Sons Equipment 226. Any of you people that are listening to the show and want to come on the show, just message our Facebook page, the Wide Open Wednesday Facebook page, or Nick Leach's Facebook page, or Fred Fletcher's. Just message us. We'll get the message. We'll get your number. We'll get you on the show. We would love to have you guys. Anybody that wants to come on here, if you're involved in racing, you do something at the track, or you're a racer yourself, or you know a racer that wants to come on our show, you're more than welcome to do that. Bear Slosser,
Hey.
gentleman. He called us gentlemen. He must be drinking already. It's the middle of the week. Now, Bear is one of the guys over there at Lowdown Entertainment, and they put us on their card, and it's been a lot of fun working with them guys. We missed their party that they had. Didn't have a chance to get to that, but that's got to be on the bucket list. Not the bucket list, but that's got to be on the hit list for next year. They had a wonderful party there. A lot of people, a lot of drivers were there, so we got to do that. But
Maybe
like
we'll
I
have
said,
a Wide Open Wednesday party down here. And
there you go. Jackson Good, get a hold of us. I've been trying to message you through here, but I can't do that here. But yeah, this is the second time.
A little insight, go on Nick's page because I suck at this.
Yeah, Fred's too busy at his shop. Of course, Fred runs Fletcher's Garage, and he doesn't have time to go through the messages, but I do when I'm getting loaded in the dump truck. So I brought out my my throwback, getting loaded in the dump truck. Yeah, I brought back my throwback Jeff Gordon hockey jersey. Barry, you probably noticed that. Nobody else noticed that, but yeah. Let's see. Loosely used term. Yep, gentlemen, you got it. But no. Really, we appreciate everybody that comes on here, everybody that contributes by asking questions.
Did I see Paul Mancini on here?
Oh, yeah, Paul was on here. He said we
Hey,
got to
Paul.
get Matt Ellery on here. So
All right, we'll get them.
I'm going to get a hold of Matt Ellery. Hopefully, we can get him on here maybe next week. Season is winding down. A lot of guys aren't racing anymore. They're messing around in the shop doing stuff. Paul, we'll have you. Well, Motorsports, we get Paul at Motorsports, and a lot of other people. You are going to have a booth at Motorsports. We're going to have a prize wheel.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time at Motorsports. So make sure you check us out. Make sure you check out the Lowdown Entertainment. I'm sure they're going to have something set up. We'll go over there and talk to them. They'll come over and talk to us. Yeah, great things happening with Wide Open Wednesday. Great things happening with America's Mechanic. Fred's going to go back down to Georgia, take care of James's stuff. And yeah, it's happening, man. We appreciate everybody, all our sponsors, because without you guys, we couldn't get it done. So enjoy the rest of your week. Hopefully it's going to get better on the weekend. And God bless you guys. Take it easy, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for being a part of Wide Open Wednesday. We'd like to thank all our sponsors and everybody involved here. Thanks for stopping in. We hope you enjoy the show.